Hello, friends, and welcome to the heart of Nanaland, where adventure is brewing, but so is the coffee. And today we're going to talk about something a little different, about fancy grandmas. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit off the cuff and ask, are you the fancy grandma or are you a fancy grandma? Maybe your counterpart in your grandchildren's relationships, grandparents, is also a fancy grandma. Maybe there's two of you. Maybe there's none of you. I will admit right up front, I am not a fancy grandma. Now, my granddaughter, as is true with a lot of little girls, is all about fancy. She has had her ears pierced. She always gets her nails done with her mama. You know, her mama's a little bit fancy too. And I guess I should explain fancy, because to me, you're probably saying, well, doing your nails, that's not fancy. Having your ears pierced, that's not fancy. Well, kind of is to me, because I'm so not. I hardly ever wear earrings. I hardly ever wear jewelry. And my little granddaughter, she noticed this, and she'll say to me, how come you don't paint your nails, Nana? How come you don't paint your toenails, Nana? How come you don't wear a watch, Nana? Because all the other grandmas wear smart watches and I don't. How come you don't paint your toenails, Nana? So I get this sometimes. Well, she was having a ballet recital, and I told her, I am going to wear a dress to your ballet recital. I'm not sure the kids ever even seen me in a dress, to be honest. And I am going to wear earrings. Well, when I told her that, she looked at my ears and she said, ooh, Nana, I don't know. I think your holes have closed up. Now, mind you, this child is 5 years old, okay? And I was, right away, no, they're fine. They're fine. I'll be able to get earrings in there. Don't worry. Don't worry. I said, and I'm going to wear nail polish and toenail polish and even sandals so you can see my toenail polish. I was going to be fancy Nana for a day. And this seemed to make her so happy. The things that we do for our grandkids, right? So the first thing I did was paint my nails with nail polish that I probably had for 10 years, not even thinking about it. Put it on, top coat, clear, because I thought, let's just, not jump into this thing wholeheartedly here with color. Just the week before, I would try clear. I do not know what happened from the time I painted my nails that night to the time I woke up in the morning. My nails turned all yellow. So by the time I got to my granddaughter's house to babysit her and her brother, my nails were now yellow. I'm thinking, I am not cut out for this, clearly. I mean, I'm not the makeup person. No matter how hard I try, I just can't do it. It doesn't look good. I don't do eyeshadow. I'm so basic, probably too basic. Anyway, we get to their house and I said, well, honey, I tried to paint my nails and look, they turned yellow. She was baffled. She'd never seen this before. She's kind of an expert at this stuff. My grandson thought it was pretty cool. He kind of liked that neon yellow look that I had going on. And then for some reason, several hours later, I don't know, maybe sunshine, they turned back to clear. Go figure. This was my preamble to the big day, the ballet recital, where I was going to wear a dress in honor of my granddaughter, earrings, a bracelet, shoes, open-toed sandals with toenails painted, and fingernails painted with color this time. I'm telling you, painting my fingernails, that was like one of the hardest things I had to do. It took me forever. It was awful. And even then, the job that I ended up with was really subpar. It truly was. But these are the things that we do for our grandkids. Even though we're not fancy grandma, we will try to be fancy grandma for a couple of hours. So I did it all. Went to the recital. She was so adorable. Aren't they just always so adorable? So cute. And afterwards, I gave her a big hug and everything, and I was just waiting for her to notice the dress, the fingernail polish, the earrings, the bracelet. But did she? No. I had to point it out. And she inspected my ears because she was really sure before that I'd never be able to get an earring in my pierced ear holes. So that part she was kind of impressed with, that I actually got earrings in there. So it made me wonder, how many of my grandma friends out there are fancy grandmas? Well, and maybe not even fancy, maybe even just stylish. I would say I'm appropriate. I think I dress appropriately. But most of the time, what I'm doing doesn't really matter what I'm wearing. And maybe I could amp it up a little bit. and become a little bit more concerned about how I'm looking and how I'm presenting myself. Maybe. I mean, you don't know how hard this is for me to do, because I'd rather just like you hear me um, or read stuff that I write. To put myself in front of the camera, oh, I hate it, because I have to figure out, well, does this shirt have any stains on it? I mean, you're only going to see me from the waist up. Do I have mascara on? Is my hair being somewhat presentable today? Ugh, it's a process, because, my friends, I am not fancy grandma. How about you? I'd love to know if you have been able to maintain some level of style, care for yourself as you have become a grandma. Are you the fancy grandma in your family? I mean, now some grandmas are calling themselves glammy, so I know it's a thing. It's just not a thing here. Anyway, thank you for joining me here in the heart of Nanaland for this little bit of break to lighten things up and figure out whether or not you're a fancy grandma. This Nana is not, but I'd love to hear about your journey as a grandmother and whether that has included becoming more fancy, less fancy, staying the same. Maybe you're just a stylish grandma. Look forward to hearing about it in the comments either way.